Good afternoon. Okay, so before we start, if you haven't booked your ticket for my free weight loss seminar on the 5th of June at 7 p.m, Wednesday in Harborne, called How to Improve Your Relationship with Food and Never Go on a Diet Again, he's done it. You can click the link above or below, depending on where you're watching this, and get your free ticket. So if you're struggling with diets, food, and you generally have a problem with your relationship with food, what I'm going to do is cover off some really simple tactics and principles that you can take away and use in that session. It's totally free to attend. We've only got about 20 spots available, so if you're going to do it, we're up to about 10 people now, I think. You need to click the link above or below. Right, so what I want to talk about is Davina McCall. Now, Davina McCall I think she's in her early 50s, and you don't need to be a genius to know that she looks good for her age. Now, the problem that I think somebody like a celebrity has got is it's all right for you principle, because of course she can afford to probably buy better food, work with a trainer, have a chef, and have all these things that potentially us normal people can't have. So sometimes there always is a disconnect there between sort of celebrities and normal people. But what I want to talk about is what she talked about on Loose Women. And she had a sort of a row with Streep about exercise. And what she said was, it's better to do 3 times a week of relatively... No, hang on. If you don't do 3 intense workouts a week, you're better off doing nothing. Because the argument was... is 15 minutes a day enough? Is a 15-minute walk a day enough? And she said, no, you need to be doing this. Now, the problem, if you probably understand this from yourself, if you are struggling with sort of fitness and your weight or whatever else, or your body shape. The reason why we've got an obesity problem is because people are doing nothing, and environment plays a big part in that. So nowadays, we don't have to be as mobile, because with deliveries, with 2-car households, with accessibility of things, we don't have to be as mobile. So environment plays a big part in the obesity crisis, which means we don't have to move as much. And the reason why a lot of people are not active is because they don't need to be. So what we need to be doing from a common sense standpoint is get people doing something. So I'm going to disagree with that, and I'm going to really disagree with it, because I think when you talk about you have to do it this way, if somebody can't do it that way, or what are you saying, they're better off sitting on their arse? Because the truth is, if people just got a bit more active first and foremost, if they just said, right, I'm just going to do a 30-minute walk every day, if you're doing nothing, if you're smashing the gym 4 or 5 times a week, well, you're all right, and then you can look at what's the best way to exercise, because you're currently in the habit of doing it. If you're not in the habit of doing it, stage 1 is do something. And because it's Mental Health Awareness Week, again, I want to raise another interesting point about this, which is when we talk about low-level mental health issues, and I don't mean, when I say low-level, I don't mean things that need professional help or a lot of medication. What I'm talking about is when if you have got a bit of anxiety or whatever else, one of the best ways to overcome that is just to break that cycle so you don't stay inside your own head. So if you went for a 20-minute walk in the fresh air, that's going to break the cycle of thinking. If you are, again, struggling from a mental health point of view and staring at your phone, well, breaking the cycle of not staring at your phone and going for a 20-minute walk will break that cycle. It will break a pattern. So I disagree with anybody that says you have to do things a certain way, especially if you're doing nothing. Where you want to do is get a routine and habits in place first, and then look to optimize that and improve that later on, once you've got a habit in place, because most people go for the intense stuff before they've even done the basics, and we need to get the basics right. So if you're struggling with particularly with exercise, activity, or food, you've got to start with the basics, and I'm going to touch on a little bit of this on the 5th of June at 7 p.m. So if you do want to come along to that session, again, click the link above, click them below. It's free to attend, 7 p.m. in Harborne High Street. Or if you want to have a chat with me about how I can help you, maybe one-on-one, feel free to get in touch, contact me via the page, like the video, or if you want to share this video with anybody you think it might be appropriate for, I'd appreciate that as well. Have a good day.